See, all the way up through that already.
Yo! What's up, family? Hey, it's your man, the Afro-Rican, Orlando Crespo. Guess what? Guess what, y'all? Giving you the rice and beans. Know what I mean? What up, Slime?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
What's happening, family?
Y'all see who it is in the building. You got the 4 horsemen up in here. This is the Soundproof Hunger Room. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Salute.
We told y'all this is Father's Day
Where y'all
edition.
at, man?
Huh?
Appreciate y'all having me, man.
Father's Day edition. I done told y'all. Anyway, man, we appreciate y'all being up in here, man. Just glad y'all showed up with us. We're going to have a good show.
Absolutely.
We missed out last week. We had some, let me just tell y'all before we go any further. Doing live shows can be stressful, okay? You have a lot of stuff that come up at the last minute. Somebody's phone is on. We turn that volume down. Anyway, you have stuff that come up at the last minute, and is it mine? And it was mine.
You make it stressful. You do that upon yourself, bro.
And that was me.
Yeah, he cutting his eyes and shit at me. yeah.
But that's what happened. Live shows, man, we've been doing it for a minute, so we comfortable with it, but stuff comes up at the last minute and we can't control outside influences. So sometimes we don't even get our show off because we might prepare for something and something happen and it doesn't work out. But anyway, we here today. We're going to focus on the day. Let's go around the table, man. How y'all been, man?
Oh, man, slow motion, bro. I appreciate y'all having me back in the room, back for the first time in a long time. Even though I ain't here physically, I'm always in the chat, man, making this thing live, man. Y'all keep pushing. I love y'all, brothers. And when Sean told me that, man, come on, pull up, I was like, say less. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
He said, as soon as I get out the plane, I'll be over there.
Yeah, I had to handle some business. It's all good. Good to see y'all, man.
Good to see you too.
All
brother.
love. Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all knew me. I just been working in the grind all day,
Right.
every day, doing God's work, man. I'm out here, man.
That's what's
up.
up.
I just showed up so I don't get fined.
See the energy he on already, people. So,
Sean will find you though.
yeah.
Boss does not play.
You see the energy we on today.
It's all
Came
good.
to work.
It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, man, we got a lot to talk about. And y'all know what I like to do. Give you some of this news right here.
That's what I came for.
Yeah, feel me? Let's start off with little politics. First and foremost, we had, I don't know if you know anything about this guy, but it's a black Republican. His name is Byron Donald. And Byron Donald he was in a cigar lounge last week pushing, he's part of like the Black MAGA kind of group. Mm-hmm. And in his conversation, he said that black families were better off together during Jim Crow. And he got a lot of slack for that. What's y'all's thought process on that?
Yeah. I don't know. Come back to me on that one. I ain't hear about that.
I mean,
Go ahead, dog.
so it depends on how you want to look at this. Of course, we understand what was going on during Jim Crow, but the black community was a little more accountable to each other, and we were more together. And I'm just gonna take it from that aspect. Like, it was a point in time where we did everything amongst ourselves because we had to. But as soon as we was able to go get away and assimilate with dominant white society, that's what we've been striving for ever since, you know. And I think part of our community breaking down is part of why you see us in the shambles we're in today, including, you know, black men and women like always at odds with each other. It's just so much stuff that like, and you'll hear some women say that our great grandmothers, they didn't have no choice but to stay in that. Well, I'm independent, I can do this, that, there, and the third now. But like our family dynamics, not completely, but like the philosophy behind our family dynamics now has just changed. And so many of us grew up with grandparents that and all of the nonsense. Looking back at it, it was probably a lot of nonsense that our grandparents went through and endured, or and we might have some family members that's over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm not saying that we should still be doing that. I'm just saying that somewhere in there, our philosophy behind what we were going to tolerate as a community changed. So from that aspect, I completely understand what he's saying. Now, if he's trying to say financially or or us being independent of like white assistance, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. It's like I don't know, bro. I would have to ask where he's really coming from.
Where was he coming from with that statement?
Yeah, and that's where all the gray lines are, because everybody that attacked him, pretty much like the Al Sharptons, all of the black conservative or black political commentators were attacking him, and all of his rebuttals have been, y'all take my words out of context. I literally was saying that the black family was a better knit community during Jim Crow. And their gripe was, why would you bring up Jim Crow? Mm-hmm. Because it was almost at that point, it was forced upon us to be that way. Mm-hmm. And the things that, we went through during Jim Crow, and that's why they kind of came down on him on saying that. So it's almost like saying, like they said, you learned a trade out of slavery. Like it was a benefit of slavery, that you learned a trade. That was the spin that they was coming from. And he was just like, I didn't mean it that way. I'm saying that black families were better back then during Jim Crow.
So is he trying to say we're not better now?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I did some research on this brother, right? He's from the southwestern corridor of Florida.
No, he was born in
Southwest.
He was born in New York. Yeah,
he's from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
he's from
Brooklyn. He lives.
I get it.
Yeah.
But he handles the southwestern corridor of Florida, right? Mm-hmm. Went to FAMU, went to Florida State. A lot of people would say all skin folk ain't kin folk, right? But to make that statement, who hosted that?
It was at a cigar, another cigar, and that's going to be another question I'm going to ask after y'all.
Is he a brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a brother.
I don't mean black. I mean,
no, he's married to a white woman.
Not even that.
I'm
talking about, is he a brother, like fraternity brother?
I don't think.
I believe Omega.
Is he?
Omega Sci-Fi.
Actually, you know who hosted it? Mm-hmm. You know where it was at?
At the cigar lounge.
No, you know what lounge it was at?
Oh, down there in Fairburn.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that one ain't come up yet.
Oh, that's another.
That's next month.
Oh.
This is where.
Same dude?
Yeah, same guy. Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, I was going to bring that up. So this happened last week at another cigar lounge. So he's going in the black areas, basically, and promoting Republican talking points. When he comes here, he's going to be here with Sage Steele. Mm-hmm. Y'all know who that is. Mm-hmm. And Wesley Hunt. I don't know Wesley Hunt, but.
He's from Houston.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he'll be here, I think it's next month with that. So they'll be doing their talking points.
So they're trying to acquire the male black vote for Republican Party.
What's popular in Atlanta right now?
Cigar lounges.
You're going to hit the cigar lounge.
Right.
So let me ask y'all. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What message is he trying to convey? Because I'm not understanding what Jim Crow has to do with today's politics.
Absolutely nothing, and that's why everybody was on his head. Like, if you're gonna be out promoting, conservative speaking points and literally trying to get a vote, trying to get Republican voters to come out and get more Republican voters, he used that as one of his talking points.
And excuse me, because y'all know I'm slow. How is that a talking point that's supposed to sway my vote? It's got to be out of context. I'm missing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't. Where did the conversation go after that? Like, that's like a headline. You know what I'm saying? But if we actually look at the front and the back of it, it might be something that we not
right.
Like, I don't even want to comment on it because I don't know where it went from there.
After that,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's why I commented on it just in that context,
Right.
and I defined what I was talking
because
about.
like I'm learning grace.
I appreciate that.
Really? You learned
So it's
that?
like I don't like when he say y'all taking my comments, you know what I'm saying, too far. I kind of gotta say okay because I didn't hear the beginning and the end of it. That's
Right.
like a headline. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, y'all ain't shocked when nobody say nothing these days, are you?
I'm interested in the turnout.
I just want to see where it went. Like we got much more to talk about, so I have somebody to do on my own time. But I had to see where he went, where he was coming from that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you.
Yeah, because that's a hell of a statement to make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But being what he's trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
he did what he wanted to do. He got people
Right.
talking.
Yeah.
Shock value. It's a
Yeah.
shock
You know what I'm
value
saying?
statement.
Now
I
some
don't know how much value it has if that's where
it all depends on the circle it's in. You know what I'm saying? Because if you in the circle with that and you agree, he win. If you in the circle with that where Al Sharpton can come out, then you just got two sides, and you can have a conversation.
Yeah, I see where you're going. My only thing that I'm like, well, like I'm missing part of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't even.
It's just
Like
hard.
I got it. Yeah, it's got to be more than that.
It's hard to because I don't see how you. It's like walking
how do you
in
eat-
a black barbershop. And,
Like how do you introduce that in a conversation? Like I don't even know where to go with it. 'Cause
Hey,
I don't.
you know Brown was a lot better during Jim Crow.
Right.
Everybody,
Like who is this?
Right.
Like what are you talking about? And somebody gonna ask you where you
Whose
coming
mans
from?
is this?
Yeah, they gonna say that first. But then they gonna say where you. Somebody gonna say, brother, where you going with this? So I mean, I don't know what to take from that. Just because he conservative, that don't mean
Yeah, because
might be a lot of
conservatives have
people-
some
he totally
solid
wrong.
points.
You know
though.
what I'm saying?
Very.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
what I'm
they
I
do.
saying.
don't want to make it
I
seem
don't know,
like every,
yeah. I don't know where that's
talking point
going.
that they have, but because the Democrats, y'all need to step it up too.
Yeah,
Well, I need to say
No
something.
doubt.
I agree with
I
that.
seen.
That whole y'all trash.
I agree with
And I know
that.
this probably wasn't a platform for me to say that, but
Yeah,
that
it's just
yo,
always platform. We say a
no,
lot
I'm
of
just
shit.
saying, man. Like Democrats, you've been banking on the black vote. Next thing you know, y'all gonna have hot sauce in y'all bag.
Oh, man,
If
you
we
know,
don't vote for y'all, we not black.
about to
Like,
go
yo,
down.
It's that season. And for real, like
That's
we
a
on the
gas.
dawn of that season.
Fuel about to go down.
I'm surprised I ain't seen no kente cloth up there on the legislative floor yet.
I mean, he didn't
Like they
already.
did that.
He done already made his stamp. He was at Morehouse. He done.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? He said, "Get that. I ain't wearing that cloth.
They all
I'm gonna go to
politicians.
school."
They're gonna use every avenue to acquire a
So,
vote.
so with that, I got to hear more from that. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say on that.
and he's high on Trump's list for.
He's shooting to try to
for
be
vice
his
president.
running mate. He's trying to be his running mate. So it's
so
something.
think
he
that's gonna
definitely
happen.
can look like a shock value.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's
He
definitely
said
trying to be his
he
running
did an
mate.
interview on what's that Fox
Oh,
News,
see. My bad.
and he said that he support him whatever he does. I'm
Now
like, what?
it makes so much more sense. You can come in here and you can say anything to
Yeah,
you. Look
this-
what I did, boss.
this Larry Elder.
I went into my neighborhood and said this for you.
This Larry Elder.
Yeah, so now
Yeah, we already
I
know that.
understand it now.
He might not even believe that, but he gonna do what he gotta do. He watched Trump do it.
Okay, so let me throw this out here. Like we just said, he's going to the black community and doing these things. I found out that he was going to be in one of the cigar lounges that we've gone to before and patronized is black owned. I found it on the Nextdoor app. I don't tell y'all about that. And the people that commented on it were like, "I'm not going there no more." After they saw that they was bringing this
What side of town?
in Fairman, right in the studio.
I'm talking about the one we go to. Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, they're going to be right there.
They going
around the corner.
All right.
So the
People who
thing
say
is,
they
they're
wasn't going, you
saying
ain't never been nowhere.
Yeah, they going.
they say well, they're saying
the
that
ticket's free.
because it's Republicans and this and that. They was like, well, I'm no longer going to support this business. So my question to y'all is, if somebody like as a business owner have the opportunity to host a Republican or a Democratic situation or rally or whatever the case may be, if it differs from your ideas, are you going to stop patronizing them after the fact?
If it differs from my idea, I don't know if I would invite that into my business. Just me, because it's my business and I'm gonna run my business the way I want to. But you do have to understand that everybody in there don't have the same view as you. So you gotta ask yourself, am I willing to go through this? Because let me tell you about you people, man. And I meant that, you people. y'all gonna say y'all ain't doing something, man. Y'all turn around and do it. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, hey, if you would have had them people in there, no, regardless, because if long as it's an open conversation somewhere, and because I'm not about to sit there and listen to somebody tell me a bunch of rhetoric for an hour or whatever, and it ain't never a point where we can address anything he said. So if long as that's there, come on. Long as you be able to take what you gave out respectfully, because ain't nobody come to be disrespectful and all that. But I think that's the problem. Like, even okay, I can bring it in. I may not agree with it, but I can bring it in. But I'm gonna get my mind off too to you because I invited you in this is my house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, if in that aspect, yeah, I don't see an issue with it.
Okay.
Because everybody in my building don't agree with what I agree with.
Right.
So I can't just be like, if I'm at the business side of it, I gotta let it come in because everybody don't agree with me. Michael Jordan said, "Hey,"
and it's gonna be national.
You know what
this is gonna be national.
On the personal aspect, I might let it in. I might not even be there. You know what I'm saying? But I understand the business point of it. But as long as it's an open forum at some point where people can get it off and you acceptable, if you open to it, then yeah, let's go ahead. We doing it anyway. Why not?
Right.
But your issues would have to be addressed too. He just can't get his off.
I'm gonna let him say what he gotta say, and I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
Sure.
Now, what happens after that? As long as it's respectful, it's a conversation.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if somebody decide that conversation is what they needed not to come to my place, then they was almost on the way out anyway. So I don't even. Man, let me tell you about your people, man. Y'all ain't gonna come for about 2 weeks. Then y'all will be back. I see it too much, man.
Would you say that with black-owned businesses? Because I think we kind of give up easier on ourselves than we do if it were somebody else.
I was just getting ready to address that because we were real quick with cancel culture on our own.
On our own, absolutely,
But y'all ain't canceled Walmart yet.
man.
And y'all be standing in line. Y'all be all the way up the back of the store where your phone don't even work, waiting
Walmart.
to check out.
Walmart.
Self-checkout. I don't do self-checkout.
I don't either.
I don't work there.
But I say that, amen. And yeah, that one person watching 6 registers, that's 5 people without a job. You're strong.
Absolutely.
But anyway, for real.
And they ain't getting paid.
And ain't getting made no real money. But I just look at stuff like that. I don't think the owner should have to miss the opportunity, but I do believe to put his business on another level.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, he a businessman.
Yeah, but what I do feel like is when we open up our doors and our businesses and our community for you to come to speak in front of our community, you are responsible for the words that you say to our community. And our community should be able to actually ask questions.
Absolutely.
Question why you say this. What's the point of you coming down here telling it to us?
Right.
What policies are you talking about doing for us in this community? Because you come in here freely.
Absolutely.
And you bring nonsense rhetoric in here.
Both doors open, and you knew you had to deal with a lot when you came through these. But
so
both doors
what it
open.
is.
Right.
Don't tell me when it's time for that open forum. Well, we gonna take a couple questions. No, you gonna be here, bro. I ain't listened to you for an hour.
Right. Right. Yeah. And I've seen that I'm not in the politics, but I watch both of them. And that's usually what a lot of it comes down to. People will go ahead and say their monologue, and when you start trying to question them, either they will dance so far away from answering your question, by the time they finish talking, you don't even want to hear from them no more, or they would just push it aside and keep moving on. And I think with these big names, and we've been in the studio and we know the size of it, I really believe that.
You tried.
No, I'm just saying, because it's an intimate.
I'm talking about not to give up the name of the.
He had already said it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he had already said it.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Where
I don't
is
know
it?
if he wasn't trying to say it, but you had been said it.
Oh, yeah, I said it. I said it at studio. Because they put it up.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I'm not hiding nothing. But the magnitude of those names and the people that are going to be there, I really think they're not going to take a whole lot of kickback. Like, I think they're going to push
That's what I'm saying.
Their
Like
narrative.
and not allow somebody. And I also think that most of the people that are going to come are going to be people that are for that agenda that they push.
I don't think so. I think people, especially that spot, because they feel like they got a little bread too.
Right.
So I think they're gonna show up there to really say whatever. Now, how long he let them speak?
Right.
I'm with you on that.
It's just
It won't be long.
Yeah, I
You know
don't
what I'm
think
saying?
so.
How long he let? Because I
'Cause
mean,
we're not gonna disrespect this famous guest at my house.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're
That's
not
exactly
because
what it's
you'll
gonna be.
mess it up for me in other ways.
Yeah, next
so
thing
we ain't
they be
doing
call
that,
some of his people, they be to have me out of here.
man.
Right.
So I mean, it's gonna be a short. Well, I didn't talk for this long. Just like anything else, that what people want you to hear what they gotta say, but they don't want to
I
listen to
don't
you.
wanna hear- yeah.
We gonna take a couple questions and we just gonna end the night. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of people aren't familiar with these two brothers that's coming in there. They're more there to see the moderator, which is Sage Steele, and that's the draw. You know what I'm saying? She's got something going on with ESPN where she was fired. So I mean, I know she's not going to elaborate on that, but I'm with Ralph. I think it'll be maybe a 50-50 house. I'm open to open conversation.
I think people go there, man. They got a couple dollars.
I'm gonna check on that. I'm gonna get some results on that.
Even you got the Democrats don't got it on lock like they used to with the
Right.
black vote.
So,
Even.
right.
Definitely not.
So people are really open
They
at
gonna
this
sh- they
point
gonna show
to
up.
hearing the
Absolutely.
other side.
Absolutely.
Just to say, what they talking about at least.
Yeah.
'Cause
Right.
we've been giving our vote to the Democrats for years for nothing.
Because at the end of the day,
And even though I know somebody's going to see that, and I'm like, I'm going to get an inbox. I'm like, you can't say that, you can't. But it's like, it's the truth. It's something that we really have to, people feel it, even if they don't say it.
let me ask you a question. You mix in cigars, spirits, and politics. What's gonna come from that? Especially if you get somebody that's really, really,
Passionate.
you know what I'm saying? Somebody either gonna get put out, it's gonna get shut down. I hate to say it like that, but
And that's why I think
politics is a very emotional thing for some
Right.
people.
Sure.
But do you think you'll get that crowd there?
that's why I don't think, because he is on the, I think he is a councilman, or he's up there in Florida. Like he's one, like kind of like if we had Stacey Abrams.
Right.
So it's gonna be people in place to where they're gonna have stuff. It's not just gonna be a free for all.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a whole lot of restrictions as far as, you know, what you can say or how long you can say something, or even the type of people that's coming in there.
Keep it respectful.
I think the question really is if Sage Steele is the moderator, like how much of what side is she going to be on? Because what questions come out of the crowd could actually be
Could affect a lot.
yeah. But what I'm saying, like, it depends on what questions she's going to accept from the crowd. If she feels the same way he feels, then we might not get a shot to even. You might get one question out of the crowd.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the moderator matters.
Yeah. True. Very true. Yeah. Okay. All right. And more news and more news.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah, and more news. Tom Brady just had a Hall of Fame induction for the Patriots. Y'all favorite rapper?
There you go.
3 stacks.
Nah,
sorry, yeah,
nah.
We can't-
Y'all favorite rapper, Jay-Z, went and performed, and the crowd didn't pay him any attention. And people were floored by this. What's y'all thoughts on
I
that?
ain't gonna say that.
What are y'all thoughts on
I
that?
ain't gonna say people didn't pay him no attention.
What,
Jay a big name. We can't play like that.
look at the audience.
I mean,
Yeah, that was like a floor camera. audience.
Time coming out though. You know what I'm saying?
And I didn't know that he used to come out to the Jay-Z song.
Yeah, see, I mean, it's a history.
So, and that's
with
why
that. I mean, my issue with the whole thing is different than Tom Brady, where he was. Is just that 50 years, and he didn't perform anywhere. That's my issue with it. You know what I'm saying? Do he owe that to us? No, he owed it to the craft, in my opinion.
Culture.
You know what I'm saying? Like he owes it to that.
Okay, that's a take.
You
I didn't
know-
even look at that take.
You know what I'm saying? His relationship with Tom, don't none of us know. People talking about so he probably got paid. Man, let me tell you something. People on that level, man, it's favors, man.
Yeah,
Like, you know
it
what I'm
ain't
saying?
about money.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, Jay-Z moved in the way Jay-Z always did, man. He gonna go where the popular opinion is. You know, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's my only issue, that it's 50 years and you didn't show up nowhere. Like, for whatever reason, it's 50 years. You don't get to be Jay-Z without the first,
30,
at least?
probably.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
30.
the culture.
I'm gonna just my only opinion on this. Congratulations to Tom Brady, who beat up on my Bills forever. Really a big fu to him, but he was an amazing coach.
Absolutely. We can't take that away
Yeah,
from him.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him for getting Jay-Z to come out and perform with him. I'm not mad at Jay-Z for not performing. for 50 years of hip hop because he gave us 20 some years of performances, and I'm not comparing the two because I don't know his relationship. You know, I think sometimes we get to looking at things from our level. These is, you know, millionaires and billionaires. And people say he probably got cut a check, but you never know how much money that he done already, Tom Brady or the Patriots might have already threw Hov.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be a part of him being the entertainment, whatever he, liaison, director, whatever he is for the NFL, that was something that came along. I don't know what he has already received for that. It's not always about somebody, oh, I bet you got a check. For all I know, Tom Brady they could be doing favors. Tom Brady might be coming out to something that he has going.
The way I looked at it,
I'm not mad at him either.
I mean, Tom Brady knew the lyrics, so it had to be his favorite song.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Like,
Yeah, he came out to it. Oh yeah.
Like, he knew the lyrics.
What,
You know
what I
I'm
want
saying?
black people to be more focused on is, what are you doing in the culture? Like, we always point fingers at everybody else. And as somebody who actually does a little bit of activism on a very small level, like you get tired of hearing everybody talking about what somebody else ain't doing. People who ain't doing nothing talking about somebody not doing something.
Be the loudest one.
The only thing I would have for that is the culture invested in you.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't always look at each other like what we doing, because sometimes what we did was invest in somebody in the culture, and everybody can't afford to go to Jay-Z concerts.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Them concerts ain't cheap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if my love for hip hop is so endeared that at the 50 mark, because 100 is next, where they probably do one, and ain't nobody at this table. You think they get a 75?
Yeah, 75.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, they get
And
75.
for me, it's like, come on, man. We ain't asking you to do a whole show.
Right.
But, I mean, it's a lot of people that should have been on the show that wasn't. I wanted to see Hammer. Hammer got total disrespect through the whole thing.
He said he didn't want no part
You
with
know what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah.
And his reasons was his reasons. But if you love the people that loved you, sometimes what I've been taught is you got to put that to the side
And give it back.
and do it. Just do something.
Let me ask a question then to you, Ralph. Do you feel like Jay-Z hasn't given to the culture just because he didn't do the 50th?
I think it was a disappointment to the culture that he did, because everybody holds him on this level that, in my eyes, he's not even there. You know what I'm saying? But majority of people hold him to a higher standard, and that's the card you dealt. So when the culture needs you,
Has he not been there for the culture when we needed him?
when he needed him, no, absolutely not, because
I think he did a lot that we didn't.
he's done a
that we
lot
didn't-
lately.
as he's
done a
gotten
lot
older.
lately.
I'm just saying.
But when
As
the
he gotten
culture,
older.
but when the culture needed him, he was Hove. He was Hove. He was
So when the
whatever
culture
needed, whatever other name he wanted to go by. When the culture needed him,
So when the culture needed him musically, maybe we can say we don't feel like he was there.
I
when
definitely
the
feel
culture,
that.
okay, that's cool. But when the culture needed him, I think Hov was one of the people stepping up, helping out people. Like I think it's hard I think we judging him so hard because we expect so much from him,
But
and I
that's
respect
but
that.
that's the thing.
I
because
respect that, but we can't say that Hov ain't never been there for the culture.
I ain't saying never been there.
Okay.
I didn't say that. But when the culture needed him, when he was the voice, Hov wasn't there. Hov wanted to make money. He's confessed that. When the culture needed him, look at the direction it is now. People was changing clothes because of what this man said.
Culture needed that.
But what I'm saying is, when the culture really started going bad, Hov ain't say nothing. We talking about the music now.
You know, I'm with you on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'm with you
Hov
on the
ain't
music.
say nothing.
On the music, what's our biggest issue with 444 was?
It was 10 years late.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he should have been did that
like,
album, because
I'm
I
with you.
stopped listening to
Hov
him
made money
until he did 444.
Yeah, so I mean,
and see, that's what kind of threw me off, because when 444 came out and everybody was, I was like, get this out of here.
He should have been did it.
Yeah.
Was it good though?
It would have been good 10 years prior. But to me, because I feel like now you just trying to shift because the money shift, it's hard for me to, because musically
It wasn't worth the wait.
since nobody cares that he married to Beyonce, a real hip hop head, but she's not even a factor when it comes to the standard a rapper or hip get held to. If you a real head, because when we have our discussions, he's never mentioned.
in those. Yeah, he's
You know
not.
what I'm saying? Because
He's not.
musically, if that's your cup of tea, And I ain't hating on him. I'm just saying
Hov
if
got some fire
if that's your cup
Oh
of
yeah,
tea.
definitely.
for that lane.
But
For the club. When
Yeah.
you want to go to the club.
Yeah, for that hit. Yeah,
but if I'm reaching in the, well, I'm flicking looking for something, it ain't Hov.
yeah, Hov is not really
just
inspirational
not.
music for me.
Oh,
but
no.
I understand how it can be for people who
For
feel
other
like they're
But alike.
Hustlers.
Yeah, they are
or
his
that,
alike.
or that, you feel what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? I can understand it.
One of them guys.
Yeah.
I think to elaborate on your question about the Patriot retirement of Tom Brady, I don't think Hova was flustered by the reaction of the crowd.
He never is.
Uh-uh.
That's the best thing
You know
about
what I mean?
it.
Tom Brady probably reached out to him, and it was like nothing. Like you said, you don't know what type of
don't know
relationship
what
they
kind of
had. He
relationship
probably
they
said,
got,
hell
man.
yeah, I'll do it
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
tomorrow. That's
Absolutely.
probably what type of relationship they had. You know what I mean? From the angle I saw in the crowd, yeah, they networking or whatever, like he wasn't even there.
Man, it was
you got to understand, I don't care what your stature is, people ain't
Everybody ain't into everything.
They don't give a damn about Jay-Z.
You know what that did?
You know what I'm saying?
It's somebody out in this world who's never heard that song,
They were
Right.
there that night.
and the streams probably went crazy
Mm-hmm.
just because Tom was singing. Like, it's business for him, dog. Like
Right.
he
And
made that clear. It's all business. You
And
know what I'm
that
saying?
song actually, he talks about some, injustices done on black people.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to the whole
I mean,
song.
he got a couple songs like that.
Yeah.
Far and near,
yeah.
he got a couple.
One every 3 albums.
But
But
I ain't gonna even say that. Hove he comes at an angle that I see a lot of people getting. They ain't have the guidance coming up to understand that it's a message in it, and you gotta find it. But the message is maybe to stay away from the things you about to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the angle.
Hov did that.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't have to
You
go
ain't
through
gotta
that.
go through that, but a lot of people took that as Hove did that.
let me get
That's
it.
the
Let me
only
get it
song they
in.
heard.
So
You gonna mix it up.
So I mean, it all depends on what you take from it. I get
Yeah.
it, but I can't. Like I said, the 50-year thing that's been bothering me since the 50-year been over.
50 years.
So to see this next pop out is this, as far as I know, that's the only thing. It's disappointing to me.
All right. Moving along. These, I'm going to throw 2 quick ones in there real quick because it was stuff that we saw and really didn't get the results of what happened. If you remember about a year ago, they had a soccer player, Vinicius Jr., was on his interview, and he literally just broke down crying. Y'all remember that? This
I
soccer
don't.
player? It was a soccer player. He broke down crying, and he was talking about how racist the fans were in
I think I
in
do
Spain.
remember that. I think
in
I
Spain.
do remember
Yeah,
that.
it
I
made
didn't know his
national
name.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Vinicius
Yeah.
Jr. What happened is they finally went back and they didn't lock him up, but they put charges on the three fans that was doing most of the stuff at the game. The law in Spain is, which I think is interesting, if you get charged with something, a nonviolent crime, and it's under 2 years, you won't do jail time. So in between that time, if you do anything, you're going to go ahead and have to do your sentence. So they gave these guys 12 months in jail. They had to pay the court proceedings, and they can't go to any football games for 2 years. So that was the first time that I've ever heard that fans have gotten criminally charged for racist antics at games. Y'all got something to say on that?
What was the antics?
Gorilla noises,
Yeah.
calling them
I
nigga,
remember that.
all the
They
things
throw
that
bananas on the field too.
everything. And
That's
he
been happening for years.
for years because they're good. They're good. He plays for Real Madrid, and they're good. So everywhere they go, he has to deal with the racism of people just saying whatever, and it's so out of control. He said the only people that cover him is his team and the whole club of Real Madrid. But he said other than that, whenever they go play somewhere else, it's literally, he feels like his life is in danger outside of that. So, and you got to think about how passionate we talk about NFL. You talk about these soccer fans.
Yeah.
Their passion is on a whole nother
They
level.
different.
Real football.
It's a whole nother level. So,
Wear that away jersey somewhere if you want to. Out there in the street. You know what I'm saying? It can happen. I mean, like saying I'm a huge soccer fan. That stuff been going on for years. You know what I mean? Mario Balotelli from Italy. He's got Nigerian parents and English mother from England. He had to deal with the same thing. A lot of players from his club. Bananas getting thrown on the field, all these racist gestures and stuff like that. You know, and it's sad that you have to endure this type of racism doing something you're passionate about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Westbrook.
It's sad.
Westbrook, especially Kyrie, just
Yeah.
He catch heat too, yeah.
We're gonna get to Kyrie. Other situation, like I said, I just wanted to throw two out there real quick. Christian Cooper. If y'all remember the Central Park Karen that called the police on the guy because he was out there bird watching.
Bird
This guy?
watching, yeah.
His name is Christian Cooper. He won an Emmy because after that whole incident, National Geographic came and snatched him up and said, "Hey, bro, we're gonna give you a show." With that show, he went ahead and he got him an Emmy. So congratulations, man, to
Shout out.
man.
I didn't know he was a editor and a writer for Marvel Comics too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yep.
So sometimes stuff works out for black folks. Sometimes.
Does it?
I said sometimes, man.
Did that work out for him?
Yeah. What? Why not? Tell me.
Did he have to go through all of that to be that guy?
He shouldn't have to.
So
You're
no,
right.
I don't feel like that
Okay,
worked
so
out.
I see.
feel like,
I see your bigger. Okay, I see.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
see.
go ahead and let some of the air out of
Because
my
that
chest
should have
here
just
real
happened. It should have just happened just
Why
because.
we always got to be going through some extra shit? I'm sorry. There's some extra stuff.
Don't be sorry. Be real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sorry. I apologize for cursing though.
Right.
I definitely am. I'm not sorry. But no, like, come on, man. And with my man, that's getting the stuff that happened with my man. Like, yo, I was in Mykonos, Greece, and felt racism, and told y'all this is trash. I could have did this in the States.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta pay no extra money to be oppressed.
Right.
I could have did this at the house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, racism is global. And that's why when people talk about it and it's like you wasn't a slave, like, no, but that it's always the people that don't have to live under the circumstances that the world has on us.
And
Always
benefit
telling us
from the other
how
side.
we supposed to feel.
how to deal.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's trash, man.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
My bad.
No, you good, bro. That's what we here for. We know what to say. I mean, look at your shirt, Rude Intellect. Come
Yeah,
on,
man.
talk to the people.
This is
Look at your
man.
company, Rude Intellect. This is what we do, right? All right, come on now, talk to them. Moving on.
In the spirit of Juneteenth, we
man.
outside.
Oh man.
Let's talk about one of my boys that I love to talk about, Stephen A. Smith. Last week, first off, let's start off. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence had Bad Boys came out. Pretty much reinvigorated the box offices because movies was doing terrible up until this point. So shout out to them for Black Power doing what we do once again for the world. Stephen A. Smith took it upon himself to speak on behalf of the black community and told Will Smith that he is not excused and that he needs to have the conversation and he will not support or watch the movie or anything until he has the conversation with Chris Rock about the slap. How y'all feel about that?
That's his stance. I ain't mad at that. That's his stance.
Hey, you support whoever you want to support.
Yeah, I mean
That happened
that's
so
his-
long ago. You know what I'm saying?
That's his stance. Like, he ain't speaking for me. He spoke for him.
I think at that point,
If he felt, you don't know. I don't know the relationship between him and Chris Rock. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just want to jump in and say this. Like, I respect every man having their opinion. And Stephen A., I've really been over your antics for years now. I'm proud of you as a black man for going out here in this world and using your platform to make money. But you are not the person that's speaking on black morality, in my opinion. You are barely still allowed to cook out yourself. So you are not the person to speak about who needs what from who for us as a collective. For you, I respect it.
That's what I'm saying.
I respect
That's
it.
his stance.
But you barely making the cookout yourself. You almost nah.
And even if he there, he off to the side.
Yeah,
like,
you
ain't
really
a whole lot of
only
people
there
dealing with
because
you.
everybody love Aunt Emma, and that's your mama. No, Stephen A. Come on, bro. Be better, man.
I say hell nah. Hell nah. I was pissed. And let me tell you why I was pissed. First off, he's real good friends with Sean Hannity, which is a Fox personality.
Yeah, Fox News person.
Yeah, real good friends with this guy. And if you all remember or don't remember, when Trump came out and said that, hey, black people relate to me because I got all these convictions and these charges, Stephen A. Smith went on Fox News and said he is telling the truth. And you mean to tell me you trying to talk for the black community?
Wow.
Get the hell out of here. You don't.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Black people might agree with that though.
They all only coming to the cookout because Aunt Emma, we
Come
love
on.
her.
Tell
And
it.
them her kids.
Like,
them
I'm
I'm
Emma
not
kids.
going with that.
You gotta look at both sides of that.
I can't.
I appreciate you being first of all
Yeah,
showing
yeah.
grace.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because I appreciate you showing grace.
I'm not
and
doing
being
it.
Objective, but no.
I'm not.
I see a lot of people, man, that got same pigment as mine, man. They love Trump, man.
Yeah.
Whatever he say, they
Donald
with.
Bo, what's
So-
his name? Donald
so-
Bo, Donald whatever.
So when some said, man, you got to look at your people. He can only say this stuff, man, if your people is out in public rooting, the polls showing it. Like, that's why you get confidence to talk crazy.
That's a fact.
So I mean,
Yeah, that's where it's definitely somebody putting air in that
yeah,
hot air
man, he
balloon.
just coming
I'm
out
with you
saying
with
that. Yeah, like.
You're a businessman too.
Yeah,
He's
him-
doing it for ratings.
he's part of the
all of
machine.
his shows.
He's part of the machine. And I told you, when he got that podcast, I already knew it was going to be crazy. I don't want to hear nothing that you feel like you can talk about socially. I'm not one of them guys that say stick to sports, but Stephen A., I don't want to hear nothing you got to say socially. That's just me. That's just me.
And when he just told you to stick to sports, what he really meant was basketball. That's the only thing that you. All your other takes be who, huh?
What?
They trash
He be wrong. Man. He be wrong.
and loud, bro.
Like, I ain't even a Stephen A. Smith. I ain't like all of them corny to me.
I used to be.
You know what I'm saying?
I used to be big Stephen A. I'm like, oh man, I like this guy. Then just over the years,
He got
man,
suspended. Once he got suspended, he came back.
He ain't never been the
Everything
same.
changed. Yeah.
He said, I will never. He pledged to them folks.
Man.
I will never stick up for
He
them
said,
people
"You
again.
gotta do it
I'm like,
again."
yo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Like I was saying, as far as redemption, I wanted to kind of speak on redemption when we was talking about Will Smith. Just my observations I was looking at. If you notice how, and I want to throw Will Smith and Sha'Carri Richardson, we used to say her name wrong all the time. Sha'Carri Richardson, the fastest woman in the world right now. She just got a deal with Nike, $20 million for 4 years. Congratulations to her.
Shout out to the system.
Indeed. So for my thing, looking at that, and I look at the redemption aspect as far as everything that Will Smith went through after the slap and this and that. And if you notice, after that, he disappeared from social media. When Sha'Carri Richardson did everything when she was running and she got with the weed and all of that, and she was on social media and doing this, doing that, after that, she disappeared from social media. And now here these two people are coming back and doing the things that they love to do at the highest rate, at the highest grade, and doing it well. So I just want to say congratulations to both of them.
Take her out there
Why would you take her out?
because I'm about to talk money.
Go, I'm listening.
Will struggling? You think he's struggling money wise?
No.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
Hell no.
So is it really redemption, or he just came back to work?
I think it's a
Like,
redemption.
is it like
as
what
far
change?
as
What change have
reputation.
you seen?
Reputation and redemption.
What change have you seen? You ain't
don't
seen.
have to.
You ain't
just-
seen him.
You haven't. Well, I think what you've seen is his success in the box office.
That's
And
one
for
movie.
people, that's
Because this
like-
ain't the first movie that came since the slap.
Is it?
Let me ask you this.
Well, I don't know.
So-
I'm not,
Emancipation came before
You
then.
know, I don't be
Right.
watching
And a lot of it got snubbed because it was fresh off of.
because people won't go
What
to stuff
happened?
because of who's in it.
We love Bad
Right.
Boys. That's a
Cult classic.
Absolutely, we love Bad Boys. White people, black people, everybody love Bad Boys.
But
what
if
changed?
Bad Boys flop, then what would we say?
Bad Boys was never gonna fly.
That's
I couldn't.
what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, let's talk behavior. I'm definitely a person that can talk on the aspect of behavior. Because I don't get a chance to disappear when I act up. I still got to come to work. I got to see y'all.
Yeah.
But my behavior change is something that many people can say they seen in me. We'll disappear.
Give him a shot or something for his behavior.
I'm just saying.
And I'm
like,
serious.
I'm
I
just
ain't even
saying, like
playing.
he disappeared. Now he back because he need the people. He need the people to go see Bad Boy. That gave him the courage to come back outside. You seen Will Smith all over the place now, but when you was down,
But most of us disappear when we down.
But I was gonna say, if you working on yourself, are you out in the open? You usually take a step back, right? If you working on yourself,
And if you bragging about working on yourself, more than
Then
likely
it's-
you ain't did no work.
right? It's
know what?
superficial.
but you ain't got to say a word and work on yourself.
He hadn't.
Yeah, I don't think he.
I'm
has.
talking on our aspect. Let's talk on our level.
Okay.
Right.
On our level, because we don't get the
We don't get that grace.
yeah we don't have that.
Right.
So when I see it on that level, I mean, I'm glad he ain't do a PSA. That's the only thing I can say. I'm happy for. He ain't do one of them.
I can feel you on
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for him to go away, he came back to work. To me, he came back to work. I forgot all about the slap.
that. I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that. I'm
Yeah.
with you on that.
I usually people
I
get-
already forgave you for it and moved on though.
Right.
Because I gave him
that
grace.
was my point.
I ain't had to forgive him
Because
or
everybody
accept what he
makes a
did. I
mistake.
just looked at it as, damn, you should slap that man.
But you know, people
And
will
then-
cancel you for your
Yeah, right.
behavior.
And that's the world we live in
You think,
today.
you think I don't
Because
know that?
it's in
He ain't gonna
everybody.
suffer
I
from
ain't
that.
canceled you.
Like,
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, though. You think I don't know that?
Nah, I know you do.
It's in everybody. All of us got a streak to. If you push me to a
Man
certain
came back to
point,
work, man.
I got to do what I got to
Man
do.
came back to work. Great movie. He
Is
gonna
it?
be absolutely
Yeah,
You know, I ain't seen it. Y'all
It's a
know
great
I-
movie.
great movie.
Great movie.
I gotta wait till the clear copy come out on
I'm just,
Blu-ray. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing.
Got a fire stick, don't you?
but I mean, I just and y'all can say I'm being hard. I just behavior is something that got to be seen change. You can't just say I'm good. Let somebody else say it, and then I can go with it. Let somebody. If you tell me you good, that's your own self evaluation. You still be on the same nonsense.
Self-acclamation.
Yeah, let somebody else say it.
Self-proclamation. I'm
So, I
sorry.
mean-
yeah.
He went back to work, man. And that movie started getting recorded right after the smack. So
Yeah.
So they've been working on
Yeah,
that.
that
Maybe
ain't-
that's why he been out the way.
he been working. That movie, I'm telling you, if you go back and look,
Yeah, it's
he
been
had
a
that-
minute.
He walked up on Martin's step supposedly right after that happened. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Where the change at, dog? Just don't do a PSA. You really gonna piss me off if you do a PSA.
I'ma say
To be continued.
right.
I was waiting.
I'ma
You
give.
know it's
I'ma
coming.
give it to him.
Give you a little grace.
Like-
Yeah.
We've been working on grace in the hunger room. Grace.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
But kudos to the Sha'Carri Richardson. Let me hit on that a little bit because we all crucified her when she was going through the mud with all her antics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes
That's about the weed and all that.
Yeah.
everything.
Oh man.
We were shitting on. She was losing. She was losing races.
she was
Smoking weed.
Sister, I've been
Behavior was
bulletproof.
off the chain.
I've been
and
down
we
before,
crucified
too.
her. We like, look, she doing too much.
We
Right.
also said we believed in her because she was so young that she would bounce back.
Right.
We
So,
did say that, but
so-
we did get on.
I mean, the whole country did.
Yeah.
Y'all did.
Right?
but you
I wasn't.
could see it in her.
Yeah.
I know
You can see her change.
I know
You
she
can-
had that
her,
hunger.
Her body is more
Oh yeah.
tight. Her race is more like
She got with a good team.
behavior change. I seen that.
Got a whole
He
new
stick
team.
with
Got
that,
her
man.
head
Come on,
right.
man. Like you
got
can
her
see
training.
it. I'm not. Hey, she just didn't go back to work.
I'm proud of her. I think they got a laser focus. She'll be ready for Paris this summer.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
rooting
for
for
sure.
her.
Team Jamaica.
For sure.
Hello.
What? What?
Hey man. Hey.
Girls run.
Hey, man.
Yeah, they run.
Girls
but
run
come
though.
on.
Jamaica run.
Anyway, talking about the Olympics. Caitlin Clark didn't make the team. And the world, well, the U.S., well, part of the U.S. is up in arms.
No, no,
Caitlin.
a lot.
The majority, I'm not part of the majority, was up in arms. What are y'all thoughts on Caitlin Clark not making the Olympic team?
We talked about
Yeah,
this,
we
so-
talked about that.
So you know, I'm gonna stay on.
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
stay-
Go ahead.
I think that her not making the Olympic team is I could understand it for USA basketball. The WNBA probably wanted her on there more than anything because she is and I'm gonna say this, and I know people gonna be at me tomorrow with this too. She's a draw. She
Sure.
is the hero and the villain. She's both. Just depends on what side of the fence you on.
Right.
That's no disrespect to Angel Reese. That's no disrespect to Caitlin Clark. The WNBA needed her in there, even if she was playing 6-7 minutes a game, 3.5 minutes each half. Because for the popularity of their sport, it would behoove them to make sure that young lady
That boy said boo.
on the team. And that's just all. I mean, I look at it strictly from that. I'll let Ralph speak his piece on how he felt about it. But like at the end of the day, there's a lot of young talent in the W. I will give them that. And I'm gonna be honest with you with the W, man. Even with the new talent, I have not really tuned in. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm an expert on y'all game.
Right.
I love y'all as athletes, and what y'all do is just, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I don't really watch a lot of anything anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I be busy, I work. But I think for the W, I really think that it would have been a good marketing tool for them. She's definitely not top 20 players in the league yet, and I understand why they left her off. But we could have let Diana Taurasi got 5 USA gold medals already.
6.
Oh, she didn't get on?
No, she's on.
She on.
So she's a legacy player.
Yeah.
And I completely respect her as an athlete, as a woman, as all of that. But I think we could have actually helped the game by stepping back and saying, hey, man, let's let the young girl go.
You could do that in 4 more years. She got to wait her turn.
4 more years. The W been struggling, bro. And I ain't saying it's gonna fold. I'm not
So when did the Olympics become responsible for merchandising franchises?
The Dream Team.
They didn't help the NBA.
The NBA helped the NBA helped the Olympics.
The Olympics. Yeah.
So let's be real on that. But what I'm saying is, like, it's a lot of money invested into the W. So if I am an investor in the W, like, I need to see my biggest draw on the grandest stage. So you understand what I'm saying? Did she earn whatever she? Yes, she did. Actually, she did earn, because whatever she did in college her following has came with her.
Right.
I don't think that's enough to get her on the college. I mean, on the
Olympic
USA team.
So here we are again. We arguing. We're not arguing. We're debating 2 different points, though. I've already gave you the fact that she's not one of the best players in the league.
Right.
I'm just saying, and they're gonna win. They haven't lost in 50 games or something, some crazy number, right? They're gonna win. Having her on the team playing minimal minutes helps your league. Now, we always talk about thinking things, like stepping back and looking at business. If I was an investor in the W, I would like to see it.
Right.
But she is not one of the top 20. There's 20 players better than her.
Yeah.
I understand that. I respect whether they take 12 or 15 or something like that. I respect that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying neither is Diana Taurasi. She's probably not one of the top 12 players either.
No.
Not now. She's a legacy pick.
Right.
No.
She's a legacy pick.
So you rather
And I
have
respect it, but for the W, that's just speaking for the league, I think it would be good to have her out there.
And it's funny, somebody was interviewing Taurasi, and they asked her, because I didn't know this. Again, I didn't really follow women's basketball like that, but they asked her, they said, well, didn't you go to the USA team right out of college your first year? And her response was, yeah, after I won 3 titles. So it was kind of like,
she got rings to hang on.
She was like, I was a dog.
Right.
But that's part of my argument.
She's in the record books as a team player. Caitlin Clark's is in the record books, individual accomplishment. Like, let's not get it messed up. Diana Taurasi joined a monster team back in the Connecticut days. Remember, they was winning like.
They didn't win for like 3 years.
Yeah,
they didn't lose for like 3 years.
They was on the Team USA streak.
Yeah, they were.
They were doing it every year.
But enough about her. The best guard in the league she withdrew her name from the team because she said it's more politics than skill. That's the young lady. I think she played for the Sky, name Walla Boulier or something like that. Dog guard. She's sweet. But she withdrew her name because she said it's not even about the skill. She said it's about politics. She said she didn't want no parts of it. Me and Flex talked about this, and my whole thing is, if you couldn't take them both, her and Angel, you can't take neither one of them because they're a package deal from this point on into in their career, in my opinion.
Like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
I think it's deeper than that for them because social media is so big. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think you can take one without the other. Like, looking at the team, I mean, a lot of players gonna get left off. That's just what it is. Should Tarazi be there? On one hand, I'm looking at her like Carmelo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a good
leadership.
comparison.
Yeah,
that's a
like
good
you
comparison.
the veteran and all that. Are you holding up a spot? Then I look at her like UD. Somebody else can get that spot, but you kind of earned it. Like when the WNBA really didn't have a player to watch, it was Tarazi, Maya Moore, Sue.
Bird, yeah.
Like
Bird,
so,
yeah.
she kind of earned that spot.
Right.
I just think she need to stop talking.
She talked too much.
Yeah, she talked too much, and her hate started to come out a little bit.
I think she has that, like we like to say, that old head mentality. Like when we get the young guys to shoot at us, and Joe Budden, one of them guys, you know, that talk down on the youth because you feel like I've done this.
But is this the first person she's ever been this vocal about? She ain't said nothing about nobody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And I think, and this is one thing I wanted to laminate is that if we look at everything that we talk about or the media talks about with the WNBA, none of it has to do with what is happening on the court. Everything has to do with the antics around everything, the optics of everything. And I think it's going because, and I hate to say this and sound sexist, is because it's women. Because this doesn't work for men.
Right.
We'll talk about it one week. The next week we on to the next thing.
I can't believe I can't agree with that because LeBron coming up in every break room every day. My LeBron versus Jordan in some aspect.
And who has pushed that? The media. Because the ESPN will find a way to throw LeBron on every show.
I mean, Paul Pierce said it.
Yeah, he told us that.
Yeah, Paul Pierce said you have to talk about LeBron.
Right.
Like,
so with this, to me, it's more about the optics and all the things outside of, because you got Asia Wilson. She been dominated. She done had 25. She done had 10 games plus scoring 25 points or more. But nobody talks about it.
You know why?
You don't hear about it.
Because their team's so good. They're not a story. We didn't talk about them for last.
And she ain't white either.
I ain't gonna even put it on that.
I'm kind of with you, Crespo. I feel
that's part of it.
Oh yeah,
that's part of it.
We always looking for the next great white hope in every sport.
I'm telling you, if Clayton Carter was black, if she was black, we wouldn't be having these discussions.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I don't think they would even want to give her that much props.
I agree with that.
You just a woman that did good in college. Let's keep it pushing.
Because we've seen players. Global. Maya Moore was a dog.
Right.
Yeah.
She ain't get this hype.
Because nobody was watching the game.
Which is why I say we need to put the young lady in the
Well, Clayton Carter, she appeared to the masses. I mean, she's globally known. So why not put her on the Olympic team? If I see why they didn't do it.
I understand.
Money-wise, it makes sense.
So you agree that they should have put her on?
No, possibly for more viewer, more eyes on the game or whatever. I don't think women's Olympic basketball is a draw. We already know who's going to hit that shit.
They're not going to lose.
I don't even watch the men.
It don't matter who's there.
I haven't watched the men since Dream Team.
The ones that have made the team. I don't even
watch the men.
The ones that have made the team. They don't care if she ain't on the team or not. Good. Let her earn it like everybody else.
I don't think we're the Olympic team's audience.
I don't even think.
I think that's based. That's kind of driven to young.
I don't think earn is something you can say with the Olympic team. Look at the men's. Look at the men's team.
They just trying to win. U.S. want to just bring on. They just want to bring on the gold.
Yeah.
They lost.
The women's Olympic team is not going to lose a game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who going to be?
Regardless of, you probably could send take all of them, put them to the side, and send the next 12, and they still probably would. Even if they lost again, they're going to probably bring home gold. Because I think American women's basketball is that much further than everybody else. They be blowing these folks out, man.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
you right.
Yeah, business wise, they I'm gonna say because I think they both got to go. Skill wise, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, the style of play it'll be geared more towards Caitlin and Angel Reese. You know what I mean? Because the rules change in Olympic basketball.
It's wide open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not as physical.
Shout out to both of them though.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Shout out to both of them.
But I think those two women, man. Even if you're hating on the white girl. Them women that's in the league right now ought to be thanking that white girl for bringing more eyes to the league. These sponsors throwing more money in the league. They getting better jets or whatever the hell she got going on.
Yeah,
or
they
whatever
got
the case
they
be.
got charter flights.
If
now.
that wasn't the case,
That was already being talked.
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
She's-
Who care who kicked the door open?
She
when
they
we all get to
hating,
walk
and
through?
some of them thanking her.
Yeah.
That's my
yeah,
only thing.
The girl is bad.
But it's been bad girls before. I'm not mad at you for not feeling like why not us. I'm mad at you for taking out on her because it was her. That's why, and I'm not really mad. I'm just disappointed.
Carter,
You know what I mean?
Who the hell is Carter?
the Dennis
Oh,
Rodman
girl,
of the
that
WNBA.
pushed- oh, girl, that pushed her.
Oh, they played today. Yeah, they played them today.
They beat them. The Fever won that
They
game.
beat
did
them,
it?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they beat them. All right, we got time for one more.
W. We had a peaceful conversation about the W.
Because social media, and y'all ain't gonna believe how I feel though. I think AI running most of that.
Okay.
To keep it going, I think a lot of comments we see AI generated, bro.
I can see that.
Like for real, it keeps
No,
keeps racism at an all time high.
As long as it's a divide, especially
For
a
real.
color divide,
Absolutely.
Good
I
point.
can see that.
I think AI doing it, man. Like,
Good point. You smarter than you look, brother.
What?
you know what I'm saying?
What AI ain't running?
No, I'm just saying though, like,
soundproof hunger room.
they don't
Ain't happening, man.
ain't no sleep with the AI. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
All right. This question, I actually got this from one of my Facebook friends. She actually pretty big on YouTube also, Melanie Sanders. She posted a question. Do you think high school athletes should get NILs?
Hell no. Hell no. You opening a can of worms, bro.
Are high schools getting money off of these players' games?
Oh, high school.
High
or
school?
High
players.
school, high school athletes.
Because see,
Should
we
they
thinking
get
about the high
NILs?
schools that we went to, and I'm not. That's no disrespect to any of your high school, because I ain't saying somebody famous didn't come out of them.
Wow.
But like some of these high schools, be having NBA player after NBA player after NBA. So you making some money off of this, and does that person yes, and maybe not to the deal of college yet, because I don't think the high schools have made it to the college realm.
Right.
But yeah, if I'm a superstar and you getting all of this stuff, and all of a sudden all I get is a pair of sneakers and some basketball shorts, come on, man. I earn them dollars. I believe in paying people what they earn, man.
I don't think so. I think you're a student athlete. Student athlete. You're a student first. We talking about high school, Flick.
No, I
No.
get it. But if all of a sudden you're endorsed by Nike because I'm that dude, if I go somewhere else, Nike coming with me.
Save that. The collegiate level gonna pay you more.
Why I gotta wait to make money?
I think that'll hurt the family household.
That's where I was finna go with
I
it.
think that'll hurt the family household. I think dad or mom, excuse me, lose all power if I bring home more than them.
Okay, and I respect that. So we can actually cap that. Number one, there can be a cap on what it is each player is allowed to bring home. And because I'm the star, don't mean I get all the money.
So let me
It can
ask
be
you.
distributed amongst the team evenly.
So let me ask you this: at that point, when do we say what's more important, money, or this dude or this athlete finding out who they want to be as a person? Because now you don't know, they don't even know when to wear hoodies. It's a teenager walking out in his 100-degree weather right now,
Yeah, man,
with a
man.
hoodie on, with the hood. Okay,
You talk about fully.
fully.
Yeah, with a mask on.
I
I
will
got
go.
one question.
I'm listening.
Is it a Rude Intellect hoodie?
If it ain't, you better get it.
Being a trendsetter. RudeIntellect.com, baby. We still selling hoodies.
They vented.
So to say that to me, like Ralph and Orlando was saying, I think you ruin the maturation of this child, because who's to even say that I really want to play? I might be great at it, but I've been pushed so hard because I'm great at it, and I might not even like it that much. But now I'm getting paid for it. Now I have to do it. And then let's say I get paid from high school. I get my NILs in college. Let's say I get hurt. I'm still 19, 20, 21. I ain't even did a third of my life yet.
Now, I might be a little confused with the question because y'all know I'm slow. But if you saying you get hurt at 19 and you can't play anymore,
Yeah, if you get injured.
damn, you got some money in the bank to go figure it out.
Man, no, man, listen, when you
got money in
when
the
you
bank.
15, 16, 17, your thought process ain't the same when you put a $100,000 check in a 16-year-old's hands.
First of all, if you getting $100,000 in an NIL, like I know some people
At 16.
At 16, that's you like the best player in the world. Because them little
The buying
$2,000
thought, the process ain't the same.
these college players be getting, or if you real good, you making like you might be like Peyton Manning's nephew. He making a lot of money to sit second string, but it's just off the name. Everybody ain't that.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I know some people who got kids like I got a cousin that will play for Washington. You know what I'm saying? He not getting that.
You ain't taking the money, man. You ain't valuing your child's education. Get the education first.
What
If
am I getting education in?
No, if the
Jim,
I'm just saying, like, what am I getting this education?
if
General
you
studies.
chasing the money,
criminal justice, because y'all know all of y'all want to be criminal justice something.
They ain't trying to do all that time at school.
Bruh.
How many athletes is taking real
Courses.
courses? Like, for real.
I
What
know
they used
it's
to
a
call it
double
basket
standard.
weaving.
I know.
And what I'm saying is the school might not even really allow you to take these real classes because
They need you to make that
they
curriculum
need
so
you
they
to
can
be on that field and that court.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I agree.
What we here
But
for,
we talking
man?
about high school, bro. High school
high school, I mean,
getting
you got the-
NIL deal.
I mean, but in high school, the curriculum is what it is. Everybody's taking the same class.
Right. I got a friend whose son is in college and playing sports. He is a scholar and he is a top performing
He
athlete.
is. He is.
And that is
And that's not because
quite a task.
that's not because of just because of who he is. That's because of who his parents
His
are.
parents were. Dad, for sure.
So if you telling me that money is gonna stop you, is gonna mess up your parents from parenting you, that's your parents' fault.
It changes things.
Money always changes things, but your parents are the people who's supposed to guide you whether you got money or you don't.
But you know-
And I've seen it.
but
I'm
we-
I'm watching it.
But we've seen many times where the money come in, the parents forget that this their kid, that this is a paycheck.
That's
Yeah.
the
And they
parents.
changed the thought.
That's something they got to deal with.
We changing the argument now. We agree.
Okay.
The parents could be the problem.
Okay.
As well.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, when the money comes
But I'm
in.
just saying that when you're making all of this, how long we got to continue to make these establishments all types of money and we don't get nothing from it? Oh, you're not a professional yet. Well, why are you making money off of me?
I'm okay with it in the
I'm okay
collegiate
in the
level.
collegiate level.
I'm
High school,
all
no.
the way with it with the
So what's
collegiate
wrong
level.
with it at the high school level?
I don't think
You
the high
proning
school-
on their innocence, right? Get the education first. We
You-
know you butter. It's
You-
coming in college.
You
It's gonna be more.
You taking advantage of their innocence by not giving them nothing and you actually getting something. And you ain't did nothing but say, hey, this is our kid.
What you getting from that?
That's-
Attendance,
No, it could be
ticket
attendance.
sales?
It could be attendance. It could be sponsorships from different companies. If you're making money off of some kids or some kid or kids who are actually putting your program on the map, we ain't talking about college. I mean, we're not talking about high school coaches no more. We talking about the program because they get all the top talent. And the top talent, man, if you making money off of them, if you could pay your high school coach a crazy salary, but for all he really did was say, "Hey, man, you come out here, people gonna see you," because that's all you got to do.
I think that's already happening when your
They
school
bribing 'em.
is. No, I think the school has to be in the top, the ESPN teams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But them usually AAU teams.
Excels or whatever.
that are expensive.
You know what I'm saying? Though. I don't remember.
That
what
are
it is.
expensive. Like
Yeah, like these-
That ain't something you just show up and
These
you
not
and you
public
play.
schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are not public
You paying to go
But
to
these
them.
kids who
them
come from
programs.
poverty ain't paying. That's what I'm saying. They parents not paying because they can't afford it.
Right.
But a lot of these kids.
And that's the. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That's the kickback that a lot of people don't know. I found out I have a friend who got recruited to a school. I'm not going to say the name because it's still in motion. But they literally came to the parents from high school. They recruited him from his sophomore year. They recruited him. They told the parents, hey, we're going to pay for this house, or we'll put you in this house in this area so that you can go to this school. This is high school.
Right.
And so the parents were able, okay, they did it because they were able
Found
to
them a
get
job
to
probably.
all of this stuff. They put everything in place so they can get this kid to go to this certain high school because they knew that he was going to be recruited. And again, to your point, I think because they are used to having a program that will get kickbacks from colleges, because a lot of these schools are in direct correlation with these colleges. It's almost like a
Pipeline to the NBA.
there you
Got a
go.
rapport with them.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So a lot of that ain't talked about.
I'm with you.
You're not gonna hear about that. So
I'm with you.
I think it's bad for the sport.
I get it. I respect that opinion, but I'm just saying, I think that to not be able to come from a struggling family, and even though these people don't got your parents' jobs and they done moved you, I respect that because all that costs money, right? So I respect that. But to be able to not be able to do the things that the other kids in your and I'm making all the money in your school. Like your parents, like you, I'm here because of my talent. You here because your parents got money.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you've helped my parents be able to survive while I'm here playing with you. I just feel like, man, you can give us a couple dollars too. Other outside of that, that's me. That's like to me. You know what I hear? You know what I hear y'all saying? It's like when they used to tell the kids that your education is your payment. I'm not saying that it's not, but especially at high school level, kids ain't doing no work.
So again, should it be more on the parents? Like, should the parents get more of the kickback versus the child?
I mean, it's all the same house.
I think I don't think you should be paying.
You're not gonna walk in
Mom,
your
let me
mother's
tell you
house
something.
with a big ass check
I
and
had
giving it
a
out.
paper
They
route.
have it.
Yeah, I had a paper route at 13.
Agreed.
And every dollar I
But
spent,
I'll spend it different.
my mama was she
Versus
she had
if-
her hands in it.
Exactly.
Hey,
if
boy,
you
didn't
put it
just
in
get
my
paid?
hand,
Did you just get paid?
Right.
My mom,
Yeah, think
my
about it.
dad
Right.
told me he would take
They're
my
not-
check.
They're not giving you cash. They give you a check. You can't cash no check.
Yeah, you got a bank account.
Yeah, you got a bank account.
Yeah.
But
You gotta-
can't-
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who name on it besides yours?
NIL money go to bank account.
Paid to the order
I know
of.
that.
You ain't 18. It paid to the order of.
right.
Yeah,
Like a social security check, dog. So I mean, they getting their hands on it anyway.
but I understand. I respect the different point of view, but I'm just, man, we make these people so much money.
This
man.
my whole thing. Like you said, we put a cap on the money. Or you even said spread it evenly amongst the team. Everybody on the team ain't this nice.
That's true. But
So-
I'm playing with you. Ralph, you the nice person on the team, and you know what? I'm the person that when they pass the ball in, I press the X button. I got you the ball.
Passing it.
And you took 20 dribbles and scored. I didn't get no
What about
assists.
that kid? What about that number 2 kid who feel like I want that money too?
You are. We all getting the same $500.
Oh wow.
I mean, but that's about right in high school.
That's what I'm saying. It's just high school.
That's why I was like, that
Right.
shit ain't cool.
We
man.
can start to individualize it more on the next level, which they
Yeah.
already do.
In college, yeah.
And then when you get to the NBA, it's even more individualized. So it's actually a pipeline to getting you understand how this shit works.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of
Not for
pressure.
the kid that ain't playing and still getting the 500.
Yeah, hell, what about the kid get burnt out, don't want to play no more?
Okay, that's cool. You don't want to play no more. What you tell that to your mama? Because you know that whole house that we got you over there and that job she set up in is contingent on
I'm
you
gonna
playing.
I'm gonna be honest. Kids that's on that level, I ain't never read that story where he just didn't want to play no more.
That's
Yeah,
what they
nah.
love normally.
Like,
I mean,
that's
you
what-
groomed into
That's
it.
what I'm saying. That's what they do.
You groomed into
so,
it. You don't know nothing else.
Like, I mean, the kid. What's the guy that played football? Live in Canada. Daddy oil rig. Or something.
Manziel,
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel.
Like them, the kids that be like, I don't-
Whatever.
I don't want,
Yeah.
They don't have no love. For
I
it. They
just got
doing it-
talent, but I ain't doing the work.
Yeah, but like the young man we know, like his goal is
That's his goal.
to retire his pops.
Yeah.
Like, so his love for it is a little deeper than,
Right. I'm with
you know what I'm saying. So
The players, the kids, like, yo, my cousin, man, shout out to my cousin King, man. Actually, today's his birthday, and happy Father's Day, cuz.
Happy
that's
Father's Day.
Cake
Happy
Chasers,
birthday.
CakeChasers.com,
yeah,
man.
happy Father's Day.
Yeah, but like King was nice in basketball. You know what I'm saying? King broke his arm. Like his joint was fresh broke. He had the cast on it, fresh broke. Yo, hoop with me, man. Just I'm trying to work on my moves. He got a broken arm, but don't swipe at me.
Right.
Like that's all he cared about.
Yeah.
From the time that he really picked up a basketball until he went to, like, that's all he cared about.
Yeah, like a lot of them kids, man, they don't have childhoods like that.
Right.
They're too busy working on that craft.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
Right.
What's the white boy name? Play baseball?
My man play. He played with
For the Nationals.
Phillies now.
Yeah, for
he
the
played,
Phillies.
yeah.
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper.
Bryce
yeah.
Harper? Oh,
he was,
okay,
He was
Harper.
bred for that.
11th
Yeah.
grade, though.
Yeah, he was bred for
Go
baseball.
take the GED.
Yeah, we gonna get you out of here.
They talking
Just-
236 million. The pros.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, Dominicans, they start when they like
They ain't got
3
no
and
money.
4.
They ain't got no money.
3 and 4.
But that's-
But I'm
that's
saying,
why
but,
they- that's
but we're
why
talking
they
about
get
the
on that
breed.
track.
We're talking about the
Yeah,
breeding
yeah.
process.
Even basketball.
that pipeline.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That
The
pipeline to the league.
Yep, literally. Yep.
Oh.
Well, people, I hope y'all enjoyed this show.
Damn, it's over.
It's over, man.
Where we at? 115.
115.
Hey.
Y'all been talking a lot. God, I can't bring y'all up in here no more.
No more.
Ralph, we can't invite them no more.
It's about time.
We're going to have to keep them doing the auxiliary stuff, the
You gonna
producing
light,
and the.
you gonna light it in here?
I'm going to light it.
I thought this was a smoking podcast.
I'm
I mean, somebody told me it was smoking.
we're going to smoke that head. That was.
Oh, no.
Big pause.
Oh, my bad.
Big pause.
Big fall.
Big Paul.
Appreciate
But
y'all.
hey man, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I want to thank the rest of the Soundproof Hunger Room for coming in here and doing what we do, man. This is family right here. You see the 4 of us together, you might want to stand out to the side because we got our own stuff going on. And it's going to be great energy either way. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us today. I'm going to apologize because we didn't give y'all the show that we promised y'all the prior week.
It's coming.
It's still coming. And it's probably going to be a surprise. I want to make sure it's done before we even talk about it. But we're going to make that show happen because I had a lot of people asking. A lot of people asking about the show. We're going to make it happen. It's going to be real soon. So just stay tuned. What y'all got for the people on your way out the door?
No, June 19th is right around the corner, man.
What that is? Juneteenth.
baby. Y'all know what time
Talk
it is.
to 'em.
Any plans? Any plans?
I got to work.
I mean, everybody probably got a job or something, but you know, just celebrate. You gotta celebrate your own house, man.
I'm going to wave my
Do
flag.
something.
I'll
I want to
wave
see
my
y'all
flag.
on the social media, like for the Mexicans and
Have
the
that
Irish
energy.
and,
Yeah.
Have that energy.
and Baby Jesus and the Easter
Yeah.
Bunny and whatever, Memorial Day, Veterans
it up.
Day. I want
Get
to
it
see y'all
up.
on there the same way.
Yes, sir. Get it up.
Happy Father's Day to you, brother.
Oh,
sure.
man, look at
Good
that. Oh, that boy come with gifts.
Man gave me
And I
$2
know-
a day.
And I know you love your nieces and nephews.
Oh, man, I
man,
appreciate
you know,
that,
You
man.
do your
$2
thing with that,
Thank you,
brother.
man.
$2 a
Appreciate
day. Got
that.
that in the gas station.
That's all good.
Take it back. Take it back.
I take it back. I take it
I
back.
just want to show some love to all of the fathers out there, man. All of the men out there. I know we don't always get the credit we deserve, but just so you know, I see y'all, man. I know what
Absolutely.
y'all go through to make sure that your families are straight. And I also want to give a special shout out to Mr. Frank,
Oh,
because out of all of us, I believe
Pop.
he the only one that's still living.
Yeah.
And I want to give our fathers a
Yeah.
special shout out to the next realm. You know what I'm saying? And because y'all did so much for all of us, and Mr. Frank too. It's the fathers that brought all of this together. We was
Right.
able to be, you know
Right.
what I'm saying,
Right.
the men that we are today. So shout out to them, man.
Fellas, what you do doesn't go unnoticed out there, man. Continue to be the rock for your families, okay? Salute to y'all, man. Happy Father's Day.
Big salutes.
I'm gonna keep it light. I seen a lot of people that used to talk about the single mothers that would say they was the mama and the father. I'm gonna say it like this: for the last 3 years, I haven't seen one of those posts, and I love it. Let's keep celebrating the fathers that's out there that's doing what they do, and continuing to maintain and uphold these communities the way that we do. It's just one day. Y'all hold it in the road.